This is Dr. Kali again. Today is March 29th, 2020, and we are on video 15. And again, this is continuation of coronavirus pandemic Terminator series talks. And we, I believe, had discussed until slide 70. And the standard medical advice being given to healthcare workers is the use of surgical mask and N95, and we already talked about their limited efficacy in terms of contaminated air. And even those things are in a short supply anyways, so it doesn't really matter. So the next question becomes, in my mind, is just alarming people and showing them the shortcomings of the scientific thinking is really not a good solution. So I wanted to present a legitimate solution that can be utilized by uh, various health advising agencies to actually protect healthcare workers and also the general population. So what is my treatment on protecting against contaminated air with the viral, lethal viral particles? In my mind, the solution is PAPR mask. The PAPR stands for pressurized air, purified respirators, and then along with that, a bunny suit or a biohazard suit that comes over your mask. And the only area of your body that's exposed is with the plexiglass, your face mask. So essentially no air is coming and touching your face. And of course the biohazard suits and hazmat suits, and I'll show you pictures of how that works. Here is a drawing, and since I teach complicated medical concepts to patients before we do any procedures on them, so I always do some drawings for them, and I always tell my patients, you are not dealing with no Picasso over here, and same thing for you. This is just a simple orientation of a human body. This is the front view, and this is the side view. Again, apologize, I don't have access to good graphics, and you're not dealing with any Picasso over here. This is the face, the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and this is the side view of the face. And this is the front view of the face. So what I have in mind is, again, this is the mouth, the nose, and the eyes, is a tight-fitting plexiglass mask that covers your entire face. And from this end, one end, the air would be pumped in, and from outside, another end, the air would be pumped out through a one-way valve, so no air can be sucked in there. And this would be the side view of that mask. Again, this is your ear, eyes, nose, and mouth. And this plexiglass mask would cover your entire face, and there would be an air intake and air outflow one-way valve. And what I'm hoping is that there would be this lip, a plastic lip that extends beyond that, or a hook over here where you can tie the hood of your biohazard suit, so that way no part of your skin or your body is being exposed to the contaminated air. And this would be just a kind of cartoon drawing of how the face mask would fit in there, and then the Tyvek bunny suit or a hazmat suit would cover over the mask and then cover your entire body, and then the special gloves that I have in mind. And eventually this is how you would be covered from your head to toe with the Tyvek suit, and then the air inflow, air intake, and air outflow. And the air intake would be pumped in by fans, by a small motor. And again, we only need about 7 liters of air per minute, so it doesn't have to be a huge fan. And those motors and fans using rechargeable batteries can easily be worn around the belt, and I'll show you pictures of that. And this would be how that one-way valve would look like, where the air is going out with pressure, but when it tries to suck the air back in, the valve closes. So since I enjoy snorkeling on the beaches of Florida, so I had a snorkeling mask at home, so I thought I'll give you a little better visual. So this is what a snorkeling mask looks like, and this is a divider compartment in there, so the air doesn't necessarily go to the eyes and doesn't fog up your vision, but the air is exchanged over here. And this is the back part of the snorkeling mask. And this is what the strap in the back looks that ties the mask to your face. And this is just another visual, and this would be the airtight seal that I have in mind. And when your face wearing this mask is underwater in the salty water, no water comes into this compartment, and this compartment or in front of your face obviously is free of water because of this rubber seal, and that's what I have in mind in terms of protecting people from contaminated air. And just imagine if this seal was continuously leaking and you were underwater, you would obviously drown and die in a few minutes. Of course, the viral particles don't kill you in a few minutes, but they certainly kill 1 to 2% of the population in a few days. So that's kind of what I have in mind. And this is just another view of showing the mask or what the mask would look from inside. And here's the air seal and the compartment that keeps the air in your mouth and nose, but lets the the vision part of the mask not get fogged up by fog or vapors from your breathing, from your breath. And this again just shows how the strap fits around the mask. And just for a better demonstration, I went ahead and wore the mask on my face so you can see how now all my eyelids, my skin behind, under the eyes, my nose, everything is 100% protected from contaminated air, or in this particular case, when I go under the water in the ocean, my face, this particular compartment created behind the mask in front of my face does not get any water and would not get any contaminated air, contaminated with lethal viral particles also. And this is the back of my head wearing the mask, and this is how the strap fits around your back of your scalp, around your skull. And these are just two drawings. We took irregular pieces of plastic in our home and drew these so you'll have a little better orientation. And I'm going to fold these plastics and I'll explain to you what I have in mind. So this mask has to have a plastic lip that extends all the way to the sides of your face. So essentially, no part of your face and or your skin comes in touch with contaminated air. And so these are the same plastic things that I showed you over here are now taped around the face. And this would be the side view of that mask with the extender, lip extender or plastic extender further into the side of your face, and that way now no part of your skin comes in contact with contaminated air particles. These viruses are not going to attack the skin itself, but sooner or later you're going to touch your contaminated skin from here or here or here, and going to touch your nose and your mouth, and that's where the problem is going to be. So this is just a side view of that. And this is the top view of how the lip extender of would be to keep that to keep the lip extender over there. And then the reason I had these two designs on the plastic was to show that the first plastic extender can extend from the mask all the way down, and you could have a little groove in there where you could add a second extender. This is one possibility of a design, or you could just have a longer extender and then a hood on top of it. And this is if you had a longer plastic extender. Side view of the face. This is again another, this is the right side view. The other one was the left side view. This was the left side view, and this is the right side view, but this is the left side view actually. And then you need a hood. So this was just a jogging suit with a hood on it. So the hood has to cover this lip of the mask, plastic mask. So at this point, you can see no part of your facial skin, your head or your scalp or your neck is exposed to the air, which is contaminated with viral particles. Of course, my hands obviously at this point are exposed. So what would be the kind of bunny suit or hazmat suit that I'm talking about? And here is an example of that suit. And the mask, you already now understand what I have in mind. So this kind of suit is what is going to protect us from contaminated air with lethal viral particles. And this is, again, not a new technology that we have to invent. This is off-the-shelf technology. And companies like 3M already make masks, which are utilized for sending people into hazardous environments where air is contaminated. For example, when we send people into oil tankers, where the air is contaminated with fumes from the air, or when we send people into grain silos where the air is contaminated with nitrous oxide from the fertilizers, or when we send people into air that's contaminated with methane, for example, or carbon monoxide. So this kind of technology would protect you against all of them. And of course, when the air is contaminated with poisonous gases like carbon monoxide, then you have to have self-contained breathing apparatus called scuba, and we would again show you a picture of that as well. But then you cannot use the PAPR technology, or the pressurized air purified respirator. And this again is a off-the-shelf technology and a little pump that pumps fresh air in there. And then if you have a HEPA filter in there, you can filter out the viral particles from the air. This is again a device that's manufactured by 3M. This is off-the-shelf technology. These fans and these pumps are already manufactured by 3M. And if they have rechargeable batteries, you can keep recharging and pumping fresh in there. And as long as they have small alarm system to guide you when the batteries are running low, so you can put in a new mask. And the VersaFlow 3M technology is already here. However, neither the healthcare advising agencies nor 3M realizes that they're already sitting on the right technology. And you wear this device around your waist. However, this design would be much more superior compared to this because your air is still exposed over here. And I think I'm going to go ahead, since this video is almost 14 minutes long, so I'm going to go ahead conclude this at slide number 95. So this would be the conclusion of video number 15, and we'll pick it up on video 16 in a minute.